Hello everybody, it's me, I'm Friendly Porcupine, and I finally got a Halo Infinite set that I'm going to review for you comrades. Today, what do we have? It is the Warthog Rally, because we're going to start a rally with the Warthogs and the Jackals and the everybody. Anyways comrades, it's brought to you by Mega Constructions. Halo of course containing 314 pieces, and of course it retails for $29.99 US. Here's what the front looks like. There's also a second build in here. Yeah, remember that news video I was talking about with the Master Chief with the weird jetpack thingy? Yeah, also Jackals are updated, which I really like already. Here's what the side looks like. There you go. Here's what the back looks like. Pretty cool. Here's what the other side looks like, and here's what the bottom looks like, and the top. Anyways, what's cool? Check this out what Mega Construx is doing now. This is what Mega Construx is doing. A simple, super easy way to open the set up. I can even do it with one hand. With one hand. With one hand. Yeah, there you go. See, I was able to do it with one hand, even though we have a nasty flap over here, it's all good. And that's what it looks like, with an instruction. Very nice, 2-in-1 builds. Do I have to go online for the second build? Yes I do. It's all good. Second build is not that cool, but we'll see. Aha, look at that, comrades! We get a new Mega Construx brick separator in this set. Wow. Wouldn't it be nice if Call of Duty sets came with that? Maybe they will. Maybe Mega Construx is thinking about it. Anyways, here's what the biggies look like. Oh, look at that, comrades. They're actually numbered. Making it super easy for us to actually build. At least. Oh, Chico, they're not numbered by the number of sets you have to build. That's Lego's job. Yeah, at least No, Chico, they actually numbered it for the build. Wow. So revolutionary. I like it, Mega Construx. I like it. Okay, comrades, enough of this. Let's actually get on with the review. Alright, we got it out of the box. Let us begin with the Warthog itself. So figures, get out of here. Brick separator, get out of here. And here it is, the Warthog. And it's a well-designed one, especially for 2020. So, here it is, from all angles. Now, why do I say this one is a very well-designed one? Aesthetics already covered. I mean, wow, that already looks very well. Playability, oh yeah, baby, it's covered. And not only covered, it's fully covered. See that? If I want to just do it on one side, I can. And I just love that. And that's the way these wheels are done right here. Check this out. And you wanna know how this whole system is actually designed? It's designed with a rubber band. Yeah, that's really awesome. And the design just works so well. And it's so much fun to just play around. Alright, now check this out. Imagine Master Chief in the hood pulls up to the Covenant territory and does this. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. Oh man, you should have so done this. Like, check this out. Doing all those awesome tricks and other stuff like a Warthog lowrider. Oh, and just getting the nice music in there, you know? Yeah, Master Chief, look at how cool he looks. Yeah. You can see already just with this design, it's too much fun. Anyways, let's move on through this front part. Let us begin with this part. Look at that very nice green color. Such a good green speckle color. Hopefully Mega Construx Call of Duty uses this type of system too for the Call of Duty line. But so far for Halo, it's just such a good Halo green color. Just first things first, it's so good. Then this part, you can already see that this part is clearly used for the second build, which I will also be reviewing in this review after I finish with this awesome Warthog. Keep messing it up, but anyways. And moving on, here's this part. This part I believe is supposed to represent the little rope part that you hang this thing to. Remember the Arctic Humvee? Not the Arctic, damn it, so used to saying Humvee. The Arctic Warthog. You remember how it came with this little rope piece that you can hook up and use it, right? Well, they decided to go with this type of one. I really wish they actually made it a rope, because it would have added a lot more playability value, so yeah. I mean, the Call of Duty ATV, which isn't really an ATV, it's kind of like a Jeep, but yeah, it has that system, so maybe Halo Infinite should have had that system too, but it's still fun even without it. Here's what the underneath looks like, so you can see much better detail, pretty good. Moving on, here's what the inside looks like. Yeah, and that's the print that they decided to give it. And for the chairs, well, they actually made the chairs entirely buildable, which also works. It looks a bit comfy. Then for this part right here, this is the part where you're supposed to pull to go faster, you know, yada. It looks pretty good. From that angle, you can see the wheel. Yeah, it's a pretty good wheel. And look at this. The design that you actually enter into it. I mean, look, Master Chief can already step on that. Get in. Yeah. Pretty fun. Moving around to the other side. Of course, the other side is about the same. And for the other driver over here, he just gets a little railing to grip. So that way he's not too scared because Master Chief going too fast. Boom. Yes. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. When Master Chief is going way too fast, the Marine has to make sure he doesn't fall out. Otherwise, stuff like this can happen. Yeah. Tough luck, Marine. Shouldn't have had Master Chief driving. Master Chief wasn't driving for anyone who paid attention. Okay, anyways. Here's how the wheels are done. They're a nice rubber material. Of course, the rubber here is a bit tougher, but it still squishes nicely. Moving on to the back, of course, the back is a bit more open compared to the front. And the back part also designed pretty well, with these parts being able to move. Then this compartment right here, it's actually a whole brick placed in there. Oh crap! This is the part we were talking about, yeah. You see these? These are the jerry cans. Oh boy, it already fell off from the action, but yeah. Here it is. These are the little jerry cans. And of course they updated the design by actually giving you the second part at the top over there, which makes it superior to the Call of Duty version, which is the old school Call of Duty version, which Call of Duty has also updated to this version. So yeah, giving you 2 attachment points. And also still having the peg, still having the indented studs so you can attach it to studs, which is very useful. And I really like it, the very nice, excellent color that they've used. Like, wow. It's like a speckled with yellow and orange red. It's such a good color. And yeah, this is how this part was supposed to work. Take this part and you attach it. Yeah, that's how the system was designed. But I had too much fun and it got destroyed. Anyways, here's what the back compartment of it looks like. See this? They have a nice ropey piece. It feels a little cheaper, like as if it could rip, but it also keeps its shape. So in a way, it's both good and bad, since it feels a little like it can rip, but it also keeps its shape better. So yeah. Anyways, moving on, here's how the turret is designed. Turret, of course, has excellent design right here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go, with of course the UNSC print, which is excellent. The bullets, of course, and look at that. You can move it down and up, and it's designed like, oh yeah. Now let's go ahead and get the Marine in there. And here's how the Marine would attach himself. Whoop, you just get the 2 arms attached. Whoop, boom, and there we go. Marine can just stand there and actually shoot, and it looks really, really good. And the best part is, since you don't have to attach to any studs, the Marine can just rotate all the way around, and of course, yes, it gives you a lot of animation. You can go like this, of course, lot of playability. And one last part I forgot to mention, which was right here. You can see this part. It's like some type of wiring, internet connection kind of thing, yeah. Not sure what this is exactly supposed to be, but it's there, it's nice, so yeah, it's included. Oh, and one last thing I also forgot to mention. For the seating of Master Chief, right, if you want to get Master Chief in there, the seating for this part, you have to squeeze in the feet very close together, and you just slide it in. Thankfully, it slides in pretty well, and you can get the figures to actually drive the thing with the steering wheel and everything. Pretty well, I mean, check that out. Whoops. It has excellent aesthetics. You already have the Marine having fun over here, shooting Covenant or Flood or whatever not yet. There you go. And it looks very excellent. Here's what the back of it looks like. Pretty good. Anyways, enough of this build. Let's actually talk about the figures. let's start off with the Halo Marine, who comes with an SMG. Very excellent, of course, and the Halo can, and the Halo Marine can, that's not probably how you do it, it's a bit difficult to make him to position it properly, but I know you can do it. Just make sure I get it in there. Damn it, come on. Come on, do the thing. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, you can get them to wield it like that, which can get a pretty good aesthetic, so yeah. SMG works out and turns out pretty well. As for the figure, check this out. If you don't like Halo Marine having a helmet, no problemo. You can just take it off, and that's how it's done, with a very, very, very skinny piece, which, unfortunately, the downside about the skinny part is it feels like it can snap off a bit, so if you're not gentle, make sure you play gentle with this one, but so far, it's pretty good on there. But the benefit of that part being so small is the hole is also small, thus not getting in the way too much. So yeah, that's good. Also, if you look, pay attention to this hole. It's actually a square shape. So square shape with a circular indent part, which basically makes this part a lot more tighter and a lot less likely you'll actually break it. So very good job, Mega Construx. Very good job. I'm proud of you. Anyways, another thing I'm very proud of Mega Construx done. Look at the Halo Marine's eyes. He actually has a white eye application. Even though, of course, his eyes are whole, that's really good for Halo. And despite his eyes being whole, they look really good even with the hole. So yeah, the eyes definitely get a plus from me. Very good job, Mega Construx. As for the rest of the Halo head mold, it's a very good figure. Here's what the vest looks like. The vest is not painted, it just has the gray shirt in the background with these green arm parts right here and with these shoulder pads, which are pretty good, shoulder armor padding. Then over here, of course, he has the sleeveless arms, which are pretty nice. The hands, of course, they basically use the same exact hand for every single figure, whether it's Halo Covenant Elite, Halo Jackals, it doesn't matter who it is. Even Master Chief has the same hands. Yeah, Mega Construx, I'm getting sick and tired of this type of hand mold. Maybe you could replace it with something else, you know. Maybe a hand mold with more detail, something like that. Yeah, and then moving on down, I really love the work Mega Construx has done for the legs. Very, very good job. And you know why? Why it's a very good job? Because they're actually Call of Duty compatible legs. Yes, you can actually swap out the legs and it won't bother anything. So, swap out this leg, give it to a Call of Duty figure, and check this out. Boom. Yeah, it's actually compatible, and vice versa too. Now that's just something I love. Thank you, Mega Construx. Please, for all of your Halo Marines, keep this figure system in, so that way it's actually compatible with Call of Duty. You've just increased the value tenfold with these figures by making them compatible, at least some element. So, very good job, Mega Construx. Very good job. Moving on back, these boots are actually movable. Yeah, you can actually rotate the boots. Or if you don't want shoes for some reason, right, you can just take off the shoe, which I really like. So if you just want to advertise pants or something, you can do this. Or maybe the Halo figure, I lost my foot, the flood ate my foot, You can do situations like that, and that's what I really like. Also, let's say if you want the figure to actually be walking in water for like stop motion and you don't want the foot to be visible, well, there you go. Good stuff. Yeah, and anyways, these pants are so good. I wish Call of Duty Mega Construx would actually use them. You hear that? Mega Construx, use these pants for your Call of Duty line. They are just way too good. And one last thing before I move on with this Halo Marine, here's what the underneath of the shirt looks like. Nothing too impressive. And let's move on to the next figure, which is Master Chief. Our beloved Master Chief from the Halo Infinite. It's a very good Master Chief that Mega Construx was able to do. Check this out. He comes with the 117 print right there, and it's a very good print. The mold detail is very nice. Painted right here, painted right there. Paint on the head mold. Check this out. Paint, and even paint on those sides. Very good. As long as the visor, which is such a good damn color. I mean, wow. Ooh, that is like the perfect visor Master Chief color right there. Very good job, Mega Construx. And for Master Chief's gun, of course it's the iconic weapon that Master Chief wields, the machine gun from Halo Infinite. And they've done something very cool with the iconic weapon. Check this out, it's a very small feature, but do you notice the part that actually can come apart? Yeah, there's an actual part right here that can come apart. It's this piece right here. So, if you don't want this piece here, you can just remove it. Yeah, it's a very, very small piece. Yeah, you definitely don't want to lose this. So, if you don't want to lose it, it's much better to just keep it on. Yep, and I placed it on backwards. Let's fix that right there. There we go. And of course, the Master Chief with the armor and everything, it has that excellent detail of creating these parts that have it done in that dark color, which looks really good. Here's what the back of the Master Chief looks like. Very good, of course. And if you want Master Chief to actually position, like he's actually shooting the weapon using his iconic gun, machine gun, assault rifle, yeah, of course. Here you go. Just give Master Chief that, and you can pull off the aesthetic pretty well. Master Chief shooting the Flood, shooting Covenant, whatever, doesn't matter, Brute. Or maybe possibly other Marines who are very bad behaving. Yeah, of course. Or maybe it's on Call of Duty figure. Yes, Master Chief Assassin. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, anyways, let's move on to the next figure, which is the updated Jackal. Yes, Mega Construx has actually updated their Jackals. Very, very good job, Mega Construx, because you've just made the Jackal so much better, so much more articulated, and so much more authentic to the video game. Or should I say accurate. Because if you've seen the previous one, it is very bad and hideous. Let me warn you before I show you, because it is bad. Oh boy. Yeah. Look how hideous that thing is. Oh, mamma mia. Ay. So glad they made the head mold a lot smoother, because this thing, yeah, no, chico, no. Of course, they've also done another one, which I have gotten, but I haven't opened or lost somewhere. Yeah, they done another one, but this is the newest one. This is like the really old one, so yeah. I mean, look how old. They still use this pirate system. Yeah. Also, another thing. What happened to these little underneath parts? Are they just not included in the Halo Infinite Jackals? Is that the new thing that Halo Infinite has done? If so, then that's a problem with 343 Studios in the Halo industry. But whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But the improvement, oh my gosh, from the hideous head mold. Oh, yeah, and plus, this head mold has a lot more range of movement. Like, yeah, very, very good. And just for the craziness, let's just swap it out. Yeah, I mean, look, that head mold looks so much more calm. This head mold just looks crazy, like a crazy figure. I mean, look at that. Yeah, look at that, the Jackal's just crazy as compared to this head mold. Also, another thing about the Jackals, which could be an improvement or a disimprovement depending on what type of person you are. Yeah, this type of the old school Jackals are a bit smaller compared to the new school Jackals. So yeah, if you want the Jackals to be bigger, well, you're happy then. If you want the Jackals to be smaller, well then, it's not that much smaller. It's about, I think it's slightly taller than Master Chief, so yeah. Usually Jackals are supposed to be a bit shorter, but I mean, I don't care too much. As long as the playability is improved, there we go, so it works. Anyways, as for this Jackal, of course they give him the iconic shield, like wow, yes, it's a very, very good shield color. And of course they give the Jackals their iconic weapon, the plasma pistol, or the sniper, which they could have given, but this is good enough. Really, Porcupine, stop asking for too much. Anyways, it's very, very good. And on top of that, Mega Construx actually included a second one. Yes, a second one. Oh, that just makes the deal so much better. And if you remember from the previous Humvee, my goodness, friendly Porcupine, it's a Warthog. When will you get it right? Anyways, from the previous Warthog set, they gave us 2 hunters. now they give us 2 jackals, which I really like. It's very generous, because usually with the Warthog sets, they usually just gave you 2 figures, but now they actually give you 4 figures, which is a very, very, very much good needed change. Very good job, Mega Construx. Like, I love it. And on top of that, look what gave to these jackals. You actually got a hole right there. So if you want to give this helmet to the jackals, it doesn't work because of geometry. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Although that does look pretty funny. Yeah, it's not gonna work simply for that. So if you have like another helmet piece or something like that, or maybe Mega Construx is actually developing or thinking of a helmet piece for the jackal, well then that's where you want to go. And as for the head mold up close, so you can see it a bit better, yeah, that's how it's done. Pretty good. And of course the jackal has the actual armor pieces right there, so yeah, that's good. And of course, just like that with the Covenant Elite, it has that whole system that you can bend it up. So if you want the jackals to be super tall, you can actually do that. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, yep. And now jackals are super, super tall. So yeah, I mean, compare that. Oh, mamma mia, that's a tall figure. Yeah, compare that to Master Chief. Yeah, Master Chief, you ain't so bad and savage right now, huh? Yeah, jackals are better. See, Master Chief couldn't even do shit. Oh, and another thing, which isn't really a figure, but it's something that's worth mentioning. You get a brick separator, and on top of that, it's an updated brick separator. So yeah, they've actually updated the design. I mean, it's less fun to use, but that's not the point. The point is to help you brick and separate other stuff, which, I mean, it works pretty well. Let's go ahead and just attach some things right here. Yeah, like these bricks, and guess what? These bricks right here that I'm looking at right now, these 2 bricks, they're actually included in the set as extra pieces. So, if you wanted to take this thing apart, let's see how that actually works. Want to just take this piece apart? Yeah, it does a pretty good job. How about if it's underneath? Let's see if we wanted to remove a piece underneath. Yeah. Yeah. There really isn't a way to do that, I mean, it's still pretty easy, just remove it by hand, but yeah, not sure how exactly it's better. I mean, maybe you remove it like this. No, that's not the way it works. No. Hopefully I think this part has been designed better, but yeah, the brick separator, it does work and it does do the trick. So yeah, okay, anyways, enough about the brick separator. Let's bring it in for the final judgment. No, not yet, Infinite Porcupine. Remember, we have the second build to do, so let's get into that. And here is the second build. Yes, that's right, you get 2 builds in this set. This is the second one. You have to take apart the Warthog in order to get all of the pieces that are needed for this second build. Now, a big bummer. Mega Construx did not include the instructions for the second build in the instructions that should have came with this set. Essentially, you have to go online in order to know how to build this set. So the instructions are online for the second build. At least you do get the ones for the first build. To me, that seems very counterproductive and inconvenient. It's like, you got the set. What if your internet is down this day and you can't use the internet and you wanted to build the second build? Well, you had to go online and you basically won't know how to build the second build. Or what if you just want to take a break from electronics? Well, now in order to build the second build, you have to get on the electronics. So, I don't know, why is it so hard to just include the second build into the actual instructions? I'm not exactly sure. Maybe they want more people to visit their website, but it seems more convenient to just, yeah, have the instructions on the website, of course, but have it also on paper too. Why can't we have it both ways? Why is it you have to go online in order to get the instructions? Yeah, it's a bit of an inconvenience, but yeah, as second builds go, you know how second builds usually are. They're usually not as good as the first. This one, yeah, it's not as good as the first, but still pretty decent as for second builds go. one really cool feature on the online instruction was it's very easy to build, and it actually animates how some of the pieces go together. So yeah, that's actually a really cool feature about having it online. Now, about the build. Well, let's start off with what it has. It has this turret over here that you can rotate, and that you can also slide a figure underneath. Let me okay. Let's get the figure in there, in through there. Come on. It's a bit tight, Okay, there we go. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't think it's designed per se exactly for this type of scenario, but yeah, you can make it work. Yeah, it looks very goofy and it doesn't articulate very well. Yeah. Fix that real quickie. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's pretend this marine. There we go. Alright, so let's talk about the front. The front of this design, yeah, definitely feels like a boat. I feel like these pieces were included into the actual Jeep just to make this boat piece. I mean, they just fit perfectly there, so yeah, that's what I would have probably used those pieces for. Here's what the bottom of the side looks like. That's how they designed it. Moving on, here's what the back looks like, and yeah, on the inside there's also a lot of empty spaces, well, because you know they had to use the pieces they had to use. When you are building it, there's one part that's just so loose it makes it feel like it can easily fall off, but once you put it all together, then it's a pretty stable build. Of course, they put that jerry can over there. Here's how they use those pieces on the back, and check this out. They put the red lights underneath over there, but these are so well done. This is actually a really good design for these pieces, and they can flake up too, so yeah. This right here definitely does not feel like a second build. So this part, at least this part, maybe the rest of it, kind of, but yeah, this second build part right here is actually pretty good. Then they used, of course, the exhaust pipe over there, the little rope right there, and the other side is basically pretty much the same as that. Then on the inside, what does it look like? Well, not that super different. I mean, you get this, you get that part, yeah, pretty simple and generic, not too complicated, but it has some pretty good attributes. Now, moving on to the being main feature. How the figure actually holds it. And yep, the figure can actually sit here and comfortably drive it. So yeah, that's actually good. That's actually excellent design. Yeah, as for the build, it just seems a little bit like a second build, you know, not as good as the first, but overall, it's still a pretty good build. And it does have some playability features, though not much, and these little pieces just keep falling off. Yeah. Oh, and we're not done with this entire build. Of course, they use those two top pieces over there to, yeah, it looks pretty good. And of course, you have this thing that you can yank on, but not too much. This is the second part of the second build. Crazy Master Chief kind of thing. Reminds me of something knockoffs do. Yeah, it really feels very knockoff-ish. It also reminds me of something Ratchet and Clank would have. You know, Clank's superpower or something. Yeah, but just for Master Chief. So, yeah, it just feels like a knockoff design, this design. Like, come on. Yeah, knockoffs, if you're watching this, Mega Construx is now learning from you. Okay, anyways, yeah. But you get the point, the build, it's not that very impressive. Kinda feels a bit stupid, just feels like, feels like Mega Construx ran out of ideas and, you know, let's put it all together. I mean, whatever. It's a second build, it's not as good as the first, you know, as to be expected. Anyways, let us move on to the final judgment. Everybody, we have made it to the final judgment. For the aesthetics, I give this set a 10 out of 10. The aesthetics are just way too good. Everything has been done right. The Warthog, such excellent green colors. The overall design of the Warthog, such good aesthetics. The only thing I could say that could have been improved, maybe a little bit more detail into the inner part of the Warthog print. And also, the jackals, they're done so well. Such a good improvement on the aesthetics. Very good job. Plus, Marines and Master Chief both look excellent. For playability, I give this set a 10 out of 10. Why? Well, you get 2 builds, so yeah, that's a whole nother way to play with this entire set. That's good. You also get 4 figures, thus increasing the playability with how you can stage out different scenarios. Maybe have the Jackals decide to take over the Warthog. You play it the way you want to play it. Also, look at this, a brick separator. Another thing to help you actually build with. Very good job, Mega Construx, very good job. And on top of that, the Warthog has that awesome spring action with the rubber band. Like, what a genius design. Just for that, 10 out of 10. For the value, I give this set a 9 out of 10. It has very good value. The only thing that was missing, which I really felt like should have been included, possibly a care package. That would have made this set a 10 out of 10. Just included in the care package. So that way, all of your other accessories that you have, you know, if you don't want the figures to hold them, you can just put them away. I mean, here, since they don't give you a lot of accessories, every single figure can just hold the weapon. So, yeah, way I guess you could say, care package is not needed, but, you know, what if I don't want those things there? The care package could have been such a very easy fix. Other than that, the value is still very good. You get 4 figures, which is essentially like a trooper pack. Man, would have been great if Call of Duty could break the system and give us 4 figures for like a Humvee or something. Ah, wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, no it would. But for Halo, this is still very good value. On top of that, you also get a second build. Even though, of course, second build, you know, not as best as compared to the main build, which is the Warthog, still you get a second build, so that automatically expands the value. And plus, Master Chief, you get Master Chief. Come on, the value just increases after that. And last but not least, for the build, I give the build a 10 out of 10. The design in the Warthog, just insane. Mega Construx, you have done it again. You have proven to us that you can design very excellent sets. Now, you can design very excellent sets, please bring those things to the Call of Duty line. Like, come on, Mega Construx, I know you can do it. You give Halo Infinite so much love, just sprinkle a little bit for Call of Duty. I would go nuts for just a little inch of awesome Mega Construx Call of Duty sets with this type of design. So yeah, see this type of design you put into your Warthogs? Apply those similar types of designs into Call of Duty sets. The only thing that would be a cool idea for this build, imagine if the wheels could actually rotate, you know, on a separate axis. But I think that's already asking too much. Mega Construx has already made the... this whole thing is just... oh, it's such a genius idea. I would have not came up with it myself, so yeah, that says it. And that brings us to the final score, which I give a 9.75 out of 10. It's an A+. Well, my comrades, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a like, especially with Jackals, Master Chief and Marines. And of course, if you want to see more content from me, a friendly porcupine, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care, my comrades. It would be such a shame if Master Chief forgot to turn off his self-driving Warthog. Ay, Master Chief, you caused this.